She indicated that the dogs had caused her to fall.
Okay. And she was at the base of the front steps.
She was.
Alec Murdaugh, in his own words, explaining to an insurance investigator how his late housekeeper died at Moselle. Now in a lawsuit, Murdock's saying his dogs didn't cause Gloria Satterfield's fall. Welcome back to Sidebar here on Law and Crime. I'm Angenette Levy. Alec Murdaugh's insurance company, Nautilus, is suing him. Nautilus wants the $3.8 million back that it paid out when the family's housekeeper, Gloria Satterfield, slipped and fell at their home and then later died in 2018. This insurance payout came up in Murdock's double murder trial when Gloria's son, Tony Satterfield, testified that Murdock approached him about suing his insurance company.
After she passed, did you have any conversation with Alec about what to do about it?
I did.
And what was the conversation you had with Alec?
I barely remember, but it's like, let me go after my insurance company for this or whatever, kind of get these medical bills and stuff paid.
Okay. So he said he was going to go after his insurance company?
Yes.
And get medical bills for your mom paid?
Yes.
The Satterfields didn't see any of that money until after the murders of Maggie and Paul Murdock in 2020. The Satterfields sued and recovered far more than the $3.8 million that Alec Murdaugh collected, according to their lawyers, Eric Bland and Ronnie Richter.
We recovered more than $7.5 million from sources other than Nautilus Insurance Company. Nautilus Insurance Company has never paid 1 cent to the Satterfields, nothing. The answer says that they gave the money to Alex Murdaugh in trust. They didn't give the money to Alex Murdaugh in trust. It went to Corey Fleming, who was also the lawyer for the Satterfields. We recovered from PMPD, from Palmetto State Bank, from Bank of America, from Chad Westendorf, from Corey Fleming, and from Moss, Kuhn, and Fleming for claims of breach of duty, of aiding and abetting Alex, claims that are separate apart for whatever Alex did to the Satterfields.
Last week, Alec Murdaugh's lawyers filed paperwork in the Nautilus insurance lawsuit saying that no dogs were involved in the fall of Gloria Satterfield at Moselle back in 2018. The lawyers also wrote that Murdock invented Miss Satterfield's purported statements that dogs caused her to fall to force the insurer to make the payout. Listen to what Alec Murdaugh told an insurance investigator in March of 2018 about what happened.
Sure, I asked her what happened. I mean, the first thing I was making sure that Gloria, I was trying to assess her mental capability at the time. Did she know where she was? Did she know what was going on? That type of thing. And, asking her if she knew me. Did she know Maggie? Did she know Paul? Did she know Ronnie? Did she know where she was? So
how was she responding to those?
She knew those things. She knew where she was. She knew who I was. I mean, she obviously was not functioning at full capacity, but she did. She knew those things.
So Alec Murdaugh is now essentially claiming that he made all of this stuff up about the dogs so the insurance company would pay out the claim. He's also suggesting that if Nautilus Insurance wants its money back, they should go to people that have money, that being the Satterfields, who collected more than $7 million from other parties. So why does the cause of Gloria Satterfield's fall matter so much to anyone? Listen to their attorneys explain.
People can trip and fall on your property, and that does not make you liable as a landowner. If they tripped and fell going down the stairs and your stairs were defective or they were not built according to code, then yes, you could be held liable. But if I was exiting your house, John, and I walked down the stairs and because of my own neglect, I didn't watch what I was doing, I tripped and fell, I couldn't sue you. But if you have 4 dogs that you know are unruly and are misbehaving, and they greet people, and you look at those stairs at Moselle and you know how dangerous they are, how steep they are, and they're brick pointed stairs, then that puts a duty on you that if you're going to have visitors to your house, to make sure that your dogs are properly restrained.
So if the dogs didn't cause Gloria Satterfield to fall, does the entire story fall apart? And does that make that insurance claim against Nautilus null and void? Also, does that endanger any other settlement money that was collected? The Satterfields attorney suggests the answer to that question is no.
They made decisions to settle the case that maybe had nothing at all to do with Gloria's death, but that they didn't want to be associated with Alex Murdaugh. You know what isn't in Alex Murdaugh's pleading? A confession of judgment to say, you're right, Nautilus Insurance Company, I stole $3.8 million from you. Here's where it is. Here's where you can find it. What he says is, I get to keep the $3.8 million, and you can look to the Satterfields. This is completely not founded in law. It's not founded in fact.
And in response to the suggestion by Murdock that Nautilus recover any money from the Satterfields.
And by the way, if they do bring us in, people are going to be countersued for frivolous litigation. I don't believe Judge Gergel's going to let anybody bringing the Satterfields in, but we recovered our money for breaches of duty from others, not from Nautilus.
So Bland and Richter say that because the Satterfields didn't receive any money that was directly tied to Nautilus Insurance, they shouldn't have to pay anything. They've also revealed some documents that haven't been seen by the public so far that say that there were no witnesses to Gloria Satterfield's fall. Maggie Murdock was quoted in these documents as saying that Satterfield's relatives told her the dogs tripped Gloria up. The records indicate that Paul Murdock said Gloria Satterfield told Alec that day something about the dogs when he asked her what had happened. The report called Satterfield falling because of the dogs probable based on circumstantial evidence, but it also called the investigation incomplete. So what does the Satterfield family believe happened to Gloria?
But they feel like they have their answers. There's going to be nothing about these injuries that are going to point to one cause versus another. She fell down the stairs. She struck her head, and that was her cause of death.
So the Satterfields do not believe there was any foul play when it comes to Gloria's death. SLED has opened an investigation into the death of Gloria Satterfield. Nothing's changed with that. They say the investigation is ongoing. I also reached out to Alex Murdaugh's attorneys for a comment on this segment and this information. So far, I have not heard back. And that's it for this edition of Law and Crime Sidebar podcast. You can listen to and download Sidebar on Apple, Spotify, Google, and wherever else you get your podcasts. And of course, you can always watch it on Law and Crime's YouTube channel. I'm Angenette Levy, and we will see you next time.